Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to another KPC live. It is June 17th, 11:15 a.m. in Seoul, South Korea. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of Korean news related to K-pop, K-entertainment, our society, what's happening over here as usual. So these lives are going to be probably on Tuesday and Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. KST. I'm going to be starting around this time, so keep that noted. And I'm also going to have weekend live streams with you guys on Saturday, Sunday, either midnight, that kind of time. So, yes, please turn your notification bells on and don't forget to subscribe. Like before we go on, and let me do a short attendance call. Greets to our toppings and hoodies. Oh yeah, today we have a lot of news to cover, so this is going to be another long one. And apologies for being a little late because I've moved to a new environment and nothing seems to be going smooth. If the internet's connected, my keyboard starts disconnecting. When my keyboard's connected, my something is not working. So yeah, it took some time to figure out all the missing puzzle pieces, but here we go. So hello everybody, who's in the chat? K-Stosh, Michelle, Tammy, Guadalupe, Navneet, Slav. Hello everybody, and so far we have 30 people watching, so please smash that like button. Travis is in the chat as well too. Yes, and without wasting any time, let's go first on into today's news. Yes, the main character of today is my favorite idol. Try to guess who it is. I will give you 5 seconds to guess who it is while I sip on this drink. And I changed the Starbucks mug, by the way. Maddie and Marcia from Indiana. Hello. Yes, who do you think my favorite idol is? Well, it is none other than Karina. So Karina is actually causing some kind of small controversy in Korea. I would say it's a non-controversy, and the article is just stretching it a little bit. But here we have our beautiful Karina, as usual, my favorite idol right now. But Karina's wedding outfit alone cost 20 million won. Controversy over nuisance guest. So all accessories she wore to a wedding were Xiaomi products. I don't even know that brand. The watch was 11.3 million and the bag was 6 million won. So that's approximately, I would say, how much is that? 20 million. 200만, 2천만, 2억? Really? That much? That's pretty high actually. 2천만 won. No, that's not even that high. That is approximately 20,000 US dollars. So she wore 20,000 US dollars worth of some clothes, a bag, and some jewelry to a wedding. And whose wedding was this? People say, and the article states that she went to her older sister's wedding, who is 5 years older than her probably, and the related photos quickly spread through social media. And Karina usually shows off a flashy style on stage, matched a black one-piece dress with a white inner layer to create a calm yet sophisticated classic wedding look. However, unlike her plain atmosphere, the necklace, earrings, and watch that she wore as points, as accents, are expensive high-end models, which is becoming a hot topic. And they are Xiaomi products, a jewelry brand over 240 years of history. I do not know that brand, but she had a mustard-colored model of Prada and all these kind of things. So this was her look. I do not think that is over the top. Like, I don't think she overdressed or anything. I don't think she outshined her older sister. I think that's very appropriate and that's very modest looking. Like, it's just literally like a one-piece suit and just some plain clothing inside, a necklace, and there's nothing extravagant on this. Like, what do you think of her outfit? Is this controversy worthy? Dude, what do you think, guys? Let me know, cause I do not understand this controversy. She probably got through that through endorsement. Yeah, you think that's over the top? Really? I do not know, because like, like if you're going to your older sister's wedding, I get the narrative on like, okay, you need to be a little bit dressed subtly or just in the most modest way possible, because you don't want to steal the spotlight. But then she's also Karina, so what is she gonna do? Right? Is she going to oh yeah, it looks pretty normal, right? So is she going to dress in all Uniqlo or something? I mean, she's Karina, so she also has a reputation. She can't just, I guess she could, but like, why not? Like, if she has nice clothing that doesn't stand out that much, why can't she dress like that? Like, that looks perfectly normal to me, right? So I would say this is a non-controversy, but people, like as usual on the internet, is making stuff up about everything, making a fuss about everything nowadays. She's loaded too. Like, I would say she's very humble in that outfit. Like, she could have, like, look at GD and other celebrities when they go to weddings. Like, of course they don't try to like overshadow or outshine the actual main character, main person of the wedding, but they usually have very expensive clothes and accessories on, and I think this much is very, very appropriate. Like, it's literally 20K. Yeah, it's not even that much. I mean, I don't have a wardrobe that sums up to 20K, but then at the end of the day, it's Karina, right? She looks great, very sister wedding like. Howdy, K-pop dad. It doesn't look that dressy. Looks fine to me, right? Looks good to me, right? I don't understand, but do you guys have this in your culture as well too? Like, if you go to weddings, you can't look flashy, or you can't dress in bright colors, or any patterns or anything, because Korean weddings are very toned down because of this culture. You don't want to stand out too much in respect of the couple. And at its core, Korean weddings also are adopted versions of the Western wedding, so I would think there are similar customs as the West, right? So let's look at what the comments are saying over here. So this person is saying, usually these kind of articles are written by mainly female reporters. This is definitely a gender issue. Really? Okay. Yeah, a new let's put it on priorities. So what's the nuisance when you're spending your own money to decorate your own family event? Look at the level of the article and the reporter. It's not even your sister's wedding, so how can you wear a 10 million won watch? I don't understand why you posted something like this. If you're jealous of someone who worked hard to earn money to buy and wear luxury goods, you used to say you are jealous. You can't congratulate them, but they seem like bad people. That's weird. Let's not write malicious comments on articles like this. People with such mindsets will wear 10 million won watches for the rest of their lives. Okay. I doubt the reporter's qualifications level. Okay, so yeah. I mean, this did actually become some sort of buzz in Korea because, first of all, Karina is one of the most beautiful people out there. But the fact that she attended a wedding was another buzz factor, and her outfit immediately became the center of attention. Looks classy and tasteful. Yeah, me too. I agree. As long as she's there, why not? But you're biased. Anyways, yes, that is true. And so far, we have 87 people watching. Don't forget to smash that like button. I feel like it's getting, we need some, we need some buffer time for people to gather because I haven't been streaming in a while. But something interesting is happening in K-pop right now. We have a Coed group. A long time no see. So ever since Card, I do not remember a Coed group. coming out. So we have a new group from the BTS from which is produced and owned by Teddy, essentially. So this is a group called ALLDAY PROJECT, and they actually dropped the music video called Famous, and it's getting pretty good reviews from what I've heard on the internet. So you know that I can't play the music video on my live streams because it's gonna get copy striked. But here we have the music video teaser. So let's get a look on how this group projects itself. Let's see. Okay, you'll probably hear some sound coming out. Okay, so there seems to be 5 members, right? Ooh, okay. Whoa. Very crazy graphics going on. So it actually came out yesterday, which I'm going to do a reaction on my Patreon as well, so go check it out. But if you see the visuals over here, they're very, I don't know, very postmodern and avant-garde. And also very metal-y too. Like, it kind of gives me a little bit of Stray Kids and aespa-esque vibes together, right? And you see like 5 different members, 2 males and 3 females, right? And if you look at the comments right now, everyone's very excited about it. Yeah, everyone's very excited about it. And this is another version of the teaser over here. So TheBlackLabel just unveiled their brand new project, ALLDAY PROJECT, with a bold debut track and an even bolder music video. They've made an unforgettable first impression. Each member brings a distinct vibe, and the fact that it's a co-ed group, even more reason to watch closely. Yeah, they look good. This makes me miss Card. Is Card not active? They sound so good. Someone give me a basic rundown of this group, please. Okay, so yeah, what do you think of co-ed groups? I mean, from the visuals so far, they look pretty good. They look pretty promising, and it's produced by Teddy, which is like a guaranteed success factor in K-pop. So I do not doubt his skills and level of producing. So it's going to be good. I'm very excited to do the reaction. Again, patreon.com/KoreanPizzaclub, only $5 for monthly reactions on K-pop. Wow, Travis says, did Teddy write this? I am not sure about that. I could look it up, but yeah, I already shut down the music video. Let's see. Yeah, I'm curious too, so let me check out the MV teaser. It doesn't say over here, but I'll have to get some more knowledge on that. But if you look on this article, like, okay, we have some screen caps of the group here. Okay, what's happening? Yeah. Okay. Wow, she's very pretty. She looks attractive. Okay, they got style over here. Bailey, a member is called Bailey. And there's a rapper called Inchan, I guess. And the music video emphasizes metallic textures, yes, as I felt. It utilizes sports cars, bikes, elevators. Composition is not boring, making it more fun to watch. Oh, and no wonder, yeah, the filming was done by Legend Films. They worked on aespa's Armageddon and Ives Have To, Boys Next Door's Us, Wonder and Fire, 17's Hot. Okay, so this is the ALLDAY project. Yes, 2 males, 3 females together. They have that YG feel to them, obviously. And this is a male member. Okay, another member over here. Yeah, the aesthetics are just, yeah, serving, right? Yeah, it looks good. It looks very good. Yeah, so anyways, I think it's just very interesting that a co-ed group came out from the BTS, because we haven't seen a co-ed group in a while, and quite honestly, co-ed groups do not have like the best track record of being super successful, right? They are concerned. They are considered very experimental, and there are some risks as well, stupid risks, because the K-pop fandom heavily depends on the fake dating experience, and the female fans usually try to possess the male idols, and they do not like their male idols being around females in general, because of dating out accusations and that kind of stuff, right? I don't know if they feel jealous or whatever, but a co-ed group in the first place, they're mixed, right? So you can't avoid that. There might be risks of them falling in love with each other and dating each other. Who knows? I don't know if like attractive females and males are together in a group and they're practicing every single day and they've been training for years and they know each other's personality and they go through all the hardships. You have the perfect storyline over there for like a thing to happen, right? So yeah, what are your thoughts about a co-ed group? I'm impressed by K-pop idols' music videos. They always have high quality editing. That is for sure. Yes. There's not a lot of other co-ed groups to be compared with, so it might help them stand out to offer something unique that all girl or all guy groups cannot. Yes. I'll check out this new group. Nice to see gal guy groups rocking it. This is the group with the rich girl as a member. Controversy, did they pay to get her in, or did she earn it? Yes, so actually that is the next segue to the next article. So I did put it in the title. This group is being called the Chaebol group. As you know, Chaebols are like the Samsung, Hyundai, LG, SK families in Korea that usually inherit the companies, the conglomerates, right? And in this case, this group, ALLDAY PROJECT, has a member called named Chung Yu-kyung. Her stage name is Annie. I don't know which member she is, but she is the eldest daughter from the Shinsegae group chairman. So Shinsegae is like a major department store or maybe major retail chain over here that has like E-Mart, like groceries and all that, and it has like Starfield and all that kind of stuff. It's connected to Samsung. It's like a brother group of Samsung from what I know. And so the chairwoman Chung Yu-kyung's eldest daughter is Annie, and she debuted under the ALLDAY PROJECT, and because of that, people are calling it the Shinsegae family idol debut, which was only rumored in the music industry but now became a reality. So this is her, Moon Do-yeon. The name keeps on changing. Oh, so the Chung Yu-kyung is the chairman's name. I'm sorry. Correction on that. Her name is Moon Do-yoon. Yes, I think that's Moon Ji-yoon or Moon Do-yoon. Like, this English translation is not right. But anyways, her active name is Annie. There she is, and she's holding a paper of the ALLDAY PROJECT. The ALLDAY PROJECT is a second group from the BTS following Meow. Meow is actually very good too. Like, if you listen to their music and music videos, it is very, very nice. But let's look at some comments over here. It's been a long time since we've seen a mixed group. I like 90s music, so if they mix in some 90s dance with a retro feel, they'll be a huge hit. There's no such thing as hunger during your unknown days. Oh, this is referring to her being from a Chaebol group. So that's basically saying she might not have much hunger or ambition or enthusiasm in her career, because like she's not actually hungry for the title. During the idol training and selection process, did they use their mother's chants or not? Okay. People being salty over there. I don't know. I still think, let's not be totally blind and say that the fact that she comes from a rich family did not come into account when she was being selected or considered. But however, I think if you were to debut as an actual idol, you have to pass through that like bar, right? So she's probably went through a lot of training, a lot of education and all that on being a K-pop trainee and idol, and she passed the test probably. Teddy picked all that up from the YG system, and she's dedicated, so I don't think like just normal people out there, like bystanders, have the right to criticize her before she gets even the opportunity to prove herself, right? Just because she comes from a chaebol family, it should not take away her effort and all that. Yeah. So yeah, I feel kind of bad for her, but at the end of the day, she's better off than me, so who am I to feel bad for her? But yeah, we'll have to see. You know, like there are certain idols that go through controversies and criticisms of being lazy or not motivated enough, and I feel like that's already the frame that's pictured on her, so she'll have to break through that. That's her destiny, I guess. Like, I mean, if you have the perks of being born in a rich family, unfortunately that's what you'll have to face. But then facing that frame is better off than being broke and not even having the opportunity to like pursue your dream as a K-pop idol as well too. So I think that's only fair. Yeah, that's how society works, unfortunately. Let's see. Good luck to them. Everyone deserves to have a personal life, right? I think K-pop is too invested in making the idols to sell brands than artistry overall, and then mixed genres. Seems interesting though. Yanni Kim, yes, thank you. They also have an intro thing with interviews on their channel. There she tells a bit about how and what. Okay, we might be able to watch that. We might be able to hear her story there. So anyways, ALLDAY Project, they seem pretty promising to me, just by the looks of it. I will react to it on Patreon, so go check it out. And we have another K-pop issue. Let's go through all the K-pop stuff and move on to the societal issues today, right? This is a fake Stanley, by the way. My mom bought it from E-Mart, speaking of Shinsegae, and she was like, wow, this is such a big mug cup. I thought it'd be good if you, like, take it to the gym or hiking or whatever with a lot of water and some ice cubes inside it. And first time I saw it, I was like, oh, is that a Stanley? Where'd you get that? And then she's like, what's a Stanley? So it doesn't have anything, but obviously it's just like, you know, a mug cup. And not a mug cup, but what do you call it? We call it a 보온병. Whatever. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm going to be sipping on this gigantic thing. It's actually pretty heavy. But let's go on to the next news. Don't forget to like this. Okay, so far we have 130 people. Yes. Karina in Seoul is laughing at my fake Stanley. Okay. So is this overprotection or self-defense? So we have a group called Hearts to Hearts also hurled in controversy and criticism right now, not because of what they did wrong in particular. It's more about what their staff did, like their security did. So this is an SM group. I don't know any of their songs yet, but they're under scrutiny over alleged excessive security measures after a fan claimed she was physically assaulted by a guard during the group's recent airport appearance. And the video widely circulated on social media, and I got the video for you guys, so you guys can be the judge. So look at this video and judge whether if it's overprotection or self-defense, or whether it's physical assault. So this is the video. They're on their way onto the train, and the security seems to be very aggressive. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Oh, wow, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's pretty shocking. Oh, wow. Okay. What do you think of that? He keeps on yelling, and the idols are just like staring there. What's happening? I mean, to begin with, I don't understand why these idols are taking a public transportation. Like, where is this? Is this Inchan? Yeah, it has Korean on it, I think. No, is it? Oh. What? Where is this place? I can't seem to pinpoint where it is. It seems like Korea, right? Anyways, they're taking the airport train. Maybe that's like a shuttle to transfer to another terminal, so they had no choice but to get on it. Maybe that's not like public transportation. But anyways, so in airports, these fans follow them around and they take pictures like this with their gigantic cameras. Like, you can see all of them following them, right? And one fan was trying to get on the same compartment as them, and the security is being very aggressive, so she's trying to like run at them, and he grabbed her neck and he pushes him, and the fan says, I have a ticket too, I need to go. So she's claiming her right to get on an airplane, but the issue is the security was like, why are you dashing towards our member? And it's his job to like cut that in the procedure. So people are saying, did you have to go that far? Who is that singer? Did you rent it out? Oh, actually, this person is on the side for the idol. Don't inconvenience others by ride a private plane if you don't want this kind of thing happening. Okay. Isn't that assault? So I think the reactions are mixed. Yeah. Did you rent it out? It's assault beyond restraint. Report the bodyguard. Yes. What do you think? That's too much, right? That lady got too close. He's just doing his job. Do you think so? Hello, Hilda. You don't know what she could have done prior to the altercation. She could have interacted with them before and the guard had enough. Maybe. But still, I don't know. Okay. One thing for sure is that he is doing his job, for sure, because like, yeah, the girl seems to be like, aggressively charging towards the idols. So like, he's trying to like prevent that from happening. But then I think it's okay until like when he blocks her. But then I don't know why he had to do it on the neck side. I guess maybe he was being careful of sexual harassment as well too, because if his hands go down, it's like the breast area and stuff. It's hard to match someone's like shoulder level when she's like dashing. So like maybe that came out wrong, like as like a neck slice or something. But after that, I don't think he had to like constantly push her and all that. I think he could have just like, put his arm out and that would have been enough. He had enough force and strength to withhold her from that point on. So I don't know. Yeah, that looks a little bit too aggressive to me. He did his job. Okay. I'm wondering if she was trying to get the idols, or was she just running to get on the train before the doors closed? He did seem to use a lot of physical force. It is 100% she's trying to get to the idols, because if you look at the video, all the other compartments are empty too, and they're all open. The door is nothing close to being closed, and it's very vacant. So the only reason she would charge towards this compartment in specific is to reach the idols and get in the same compartment and get like a better space, better you see, like all the other places are open and it's all pretty empty, right? So the only reason she would go there is to take more pictures of the idols. Yeah, he like clotheslined her. Isn't she just trying to get on the train? Like, she doesn't even know the idols are they? I might be wrong. Yeah, I don't think so. And she also has a camera bag too. That's definitely a camera bag. So she's definitely a fan. Yep. Too aggressive for someone so much smaller than him. Yeah, right? So it's very tricky for the security to like maintain a certain level. And as someone pointed out in the chat, like if you constantly annoy the security and the bodyguards, they've probably been following through like the immigration, like the customs, the bag checks, everything, and like the whole duty free section, and now it's like the transfer section. And I think he maybe had enough, but I think that's a little bit too much, like yelling and just neck slicing her and all that. So yeah, a bit too much. They are not BTS, dang. I don't think it okay, it does matter to some extent because BTS would have a lot of way more fans, and if something gets out of control, it could get out of control really fast. But at the same time, like, you know, each idol has their own crazy fan. You never know what's going to happen, right? An idol might be jumped on and be sexually harassed, or yeah, all sorts of things can happen. So I think it's the security's job to, like, you know, block any kind of potential threat to the idol, whether they're super famous or not. He's literally hired for that, right? Well-trained bodyguards know how to remove her without harm. Yeah. She still got on the same car with them at the end. Yeah, she got her agenda done. Yes. But she could have stayed back, but no, she pushed forward. He had to block her. That's true as well too. Like, so yeah, once she was like prevented to like move on forward like that, she kept on moving. So yeah, she kept on moving towards the idols. Yeah, so I would say, like, I don't know, if I were to be in an insurance company, it's like a 60-40 kind of fault. Like, I think the bodyguard was too aggressive, so he gets the fault 60%, and she was not stopping, she was not complying, she was overly excited, and it seemed like a threat in my eyes too, so maybe 40% fault on her. Yeah. BTS still takes public transportation? No, but then in these kind of situations, when you're going to like maybe a certain terminal to another terminal, like in a lot of airports, there are such places that you only can take these shuttles that transport you to the other terminal. I think in these cases it's inevitable, because I can't think of a reason why an SM idol would be taking like an airport train, right? So that's the only plausible scenario here. Hello, Aldiva. I suppose there are those crazy fans out there. Yeah, so that was kind of an issue. But speaking of BTS and privacy intrusion issues, Jungkook was in some trouble. Not him himself, he didn't make the trouble, but someone said, "I came to Korea to see him," says a woman who attempted to break into BTS Jungkook's home. How horrible. A Chinese woman in her 30s has been arrested for attempting to break into the home of Jungkook just hours after he was discharged from his mandatory military service. Oh my gosh, the woman was apprehended around 11:20 p.m., almost close to midnight, a very, very late night, Wednesday, after being caught repeatedly trying to enter the passcode at the front of Jungkook's residence. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with these fans? She didn't even know the password. She wasn't even prepared. I mean, I'm not trying to advocate this behavior at all, but it's kind of stupid, don't you think? That you could just waltz into the front door without even knowing the passcode, and she's like, press. That is mentally ill, I would say. And give this man a break. Like, he just got out of the military. He's feeling the fresh air of society outside those walls, outside the camp, and now he's in his most comfortable space, his personal home. And imagine right after that, not even a day passes, and it's around midnight, and this random Chinese woman is entering the passcode multiple times and is trying to go in. So I think she definitely did that to get attention, like to get recognized by Jungkook, because Jungkook would have been inside, right? And then he would have seen on like the screen, the monitor every household has. Like if you've seen Parasite, you see like someone standing outdoor and like ringing the bell. So I think that would have been her sole motive, like to get recognized by Jungkook, like to be seen by him. Because if she didn't even have the password, what is she doing? Like, if I were a thief or if I were a stalker, I would have tried to like go through the wall, or like, at least know the passcode before. Or maybe she was just trying her luck, like trying out like BTS's anniversaries or his birthday or something like that. That is stupid. He wasn't even home yet? Okay, thank God then. But still, okay. I don't know if she knew that he was home or not, but either way, it's creepy. If she knew he was home, then that's very, very stalkerish, and that's very creepy. She was trying to meet him or whatever. If she knew that he wasn't home, then that's also creepy too. She's trying to go into an empty house, break into it, maybe steal some stuff. I would not think a fan would try to steal maybe some personal objects and do some nasty stuff with it. But that's also creepy either way. So anyways, that is not okay. Yeah, I'm not saying that you said it's okay, but it's not okay, right? She took her luggage too. What? So she came right from the airport or something? Or she didn't even check? Maybe she was checking out from a hotel and she was like, okay, let's try my luck before I go back to my home. And she's like, I'm gonna get out of the country anyway, so it's either I take my proper flight or I get deported. So let's try my luck and go to Jungkook's house and try some passcodes. I really do not know what's going on in this person's head. Oh, that's a good theory. She wanted to be the first fan to congratulate him. She was ready to move in. Oh, okay, you could see it in that perspective too. But I guess a stalker at that level would maybe have thought of that. But I would say, she's just like, traveling here, and she just checked out from her hotel and she's about to go to the airport, but she tried her last chance or something. These idols need security guards from the south side of Chicago. I don't know what that means, but I get a sense of what you mean. All sasaengs want to be known by their idol in some way. That is so disgusting. She was there 10 hours waiting? That is wild. That is crazy. She was ready to check into JK's apartment. That woman had been hanging around his new house for several weeks? With her suitcase? Okay, then that debunks my whole theory. Then that's like, yeah, no then. Like, wow. That's another level of stalking. That is not mentally well. Like, she is definitely in a wrong place right now. Oh my gosh, she was there several weeks with her suitcase? Okay, then I believe you. She wants to move in. Wow. Oh my gosh. So she finally got the courage to go up to the door and try the passcode on the day of his dischargement. Oh my gosh. Told you she was ready to move in. Wow. These I don't even want to call them fans. These sasaengs have a different mindset. Like, okay, I guess like me trying to explain it or trying to understand it with logic was the wrong approach, because these people are not rational people. Delulu, exactly. Oh my gosh. I'm interested how she got into the apartment complex first. Like, there's 3 security before you get to the apartment itself. Yeah, that's crazy. That is very scary. But anyways, yeah, I hope Jungkook is safe. Didn't he actually say that before once? Like, please don't come up to my house and don't bother me. Yeah. Oh my gosh. There are several walkers on YouTube that show everyone where all the idols live. That is crazy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyways, let's wrap up with the K-pop news. So we have another idol that's been silent for some time, but now is slowly brewing up his activities, and I'm personally pretty excited about it. So T.O.P from Big Bang past Big Bang announces a solo comeback and teases an upcoming album release. It's an album. Let's not hope let's hope not it's not a single album or a digital single or something like that. Maybe it is, but T.O.P from Big Bang has officially signaled his return to the music scene as a solo artist. And this is from a recent interview with the global platform Awards Buzz. And the interview was conducted ahead of the release of Squid Game Season 3. And he plays the role as Thanos on Season 2. And when he was asked if Thanos were to take over the world, how would he handle people? T.O.P responded, saying, "First, I'd take the piggy bank, and like Thanos said before, I'd wipe out half of humanity with my rap." What the hell does that mean? Because my solo album dropping soon. Oh, okay. And this marks a significant moment for T.O.P, who had remained largely out of the spotlight since being sentenced to a 10-month suspended prison term in 2016 for marijuana use. His comeback suggests the start of a new chapter after years of self-reflection. Yeah. As that last paragraph said, it is pretty remarkable because T.O.P has been under the radar for some time. Even like before Squid Game, obviously he made his comeback with the screen on Squid Game first, but like his musical career had halted entirely. And I actually appreciate T.O.P's music a lot because I think he's one of the few artists in the K-pop scene that has genuine artistic taste and value. Like, he's a weirdo for sure. If you see and watch his music videos and listen to them, like, they are cuckoo, but it's good cuckoo. Like, he's actually like an artist there. Like, if you remember his late music video, what was it? Doom Dada, I think it's Doom Dada. That one was really good. Like, you should check it out. It's crazy. Yeah, he has a few solo songs, I think, and you should check it out because like it's very artistic. So I really enjoy his solo stuff, and even his rap verses in like GD and Top, and even in Big Bang, because they're all always so goofy, and he's like a weird person. But you know, some artists need to be weird, right? Like, that's the point of being artistic. I mean, K-pop needs that kind of stuff because it's heavily produced by the company and there's no individual taste or personality input into it. But T.O.P has like a different kind of color, right? So yeah, I thought he retired. Yes, that's what he said, but he technically said he's never going to go back to Big Bang and make music. Well, I guess that's retired, but like he never said he's going to retire from like the screen or the movie scene or something like that. So I think he made his soft landing with Squid Game 3, tested the waters, and he got like massive approval and support from the global audience in general, and even some Korean fans were rooting for him, and they were like, okay, he did some weed. He's done some reflection. I mean, the biggest criticism against him was his way of coping with the situation every time his criticisms resurfaced. Like, he was very aggressive on social media, saying, I'm never going to do activities in Korea again. He deleted his like status from Big Bang. He crossed it out, and he never had any interactions, at least officially, on air or in public with the members. But like ever since GD came back and Big Bang came back, everyone's active. Everyone has been calling for T.O.P. People are literally making AI versions of Big Bang music with T.O.P's verse inserted in AI. That's how much people want to see T.O.P. and a 4-member Big Bang. I guess like Seungri is never going to come back for sure. Yeah, I hope he doesn't. Yeah, he shouldn't be forgiven in my opinion. But T.O.P, I mean, you know, yeah, there are heavier drugs and addicts out there, and there are drug sellers and distributors. So he did weed, and that was 2016. So I think we can move on. But there are hardcore people in Korea that are on their moral high horse. I mean, I don't want to call them... Okay, some might be on their moral high horse, but some people are actually very strict and say, like, for the sake of our society, we should be very, very strict on any single case about weed or about drugs, the use of drugs, so that we don't leave a precedent, an image in the public that says like, oh, doing drugs is okay and you can still be rich and successful and that could be considered cool and it's not a problem at all. So kids can do it, rappers can do it, celebrities can do it and get away with it. So people just don't want to set that precedent. That's why people go hard on it. I think drugs and weed, I know, like, you're gonna say, like, oh, weed isn't even that addictive, and then it's blah, 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 blah. It's weaker than, like, you know, cigarettes and all that. Like, I know. You don't have to educate me on that, but people in Korea just group in all sorts of drugs together. They don't like the concept of drugs being circulated in Korea, which is is failing right now, big time. But like, either it's weed, like, you can preach all you want to a Korean person saying like weed is not that bad, like, you know, it's legalized in a lot of countries and blah 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 blah, it's used for medical purposes, blah 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 blah. It doesn't matter, because a drug is a drug to a Korean person, and they're like, yeah, I know weed is not that bad, but still I don't want, like, you know, the image of a drug being okay, and then people, you know, starting with weed and then going to other stuff and blah 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 blah. So yeah, but anyways, that's why people go hard on celebrities, because they're supposed to be, like, I guess, role models, not role models, but people, like, they have massive attention, and the audience is usually very young and they get influenced very easily. So people have higher standards on them. But I think it's, my personal opinion is that I think it's about time we move on from T.O.P's, like, controversy. I don't know if he has reflected that much, because as I told you, that's like the core of why he's unforgiven yet. But I think he's just trying to push through, yeah, at this point. Yeah. Okay, so Minji, hello. Don't forget that Suga is coming out of the army this week. Yes, hooray! We'll have all 7 members of BTS finally. Yoongi very, very soon. Marijuana is legal in small amounts in Canada. I agree with you, David. I can't wait to buy that Junkies album. What? Okay, BH Pro. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. Hello, Rachel. A lot of prescriptions are way worse. Indeed. So, looking forward to T.O.P's comeback. And before we go on, let me do a little bit of promotion, not Sue House, but about my new podcast episode. If you haven't seen this one, go see it, go watch it right after this stream. So, as you can see over here, it's a new episode I just dropped, and it's about Korean corporate culture. How it's crazy. We tell wild stories. Here's Hannah. She's a content creator about Korean lifestyle and Korean work culture. This is Rachel. She talks about working in Korea, how to get, like, work permits and culture and all that. And this is Tiffany. She's been working in the Korean work environment for a long time, despite being an American and from Hong Kong. Yeah, and she speaks very good Korean, and she was in Ramen and Chill as well, so I got some insight from them. So please check out this video, and please leave a like. It's now at 3,000 views. It's lacking a lot of views, so yeah, would appreciate if you can turn it on and just play it in the background and, you know, do whatever you want to do. So yeah, I need to watch it, just haven't had the time lately. Thank you so much. I'll watch it after this live. I just tuned in. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. It warms my heart to see your return, brother. Thank you so much. Just finished watching. It was very interesting. Yes. Thank you. So you have another Rachel in your life, huh, David? Well, there are a lot of Rachels. And Koreans love using Bible names. So I'm a David. There's a Rachel over there. There's a Hannah over there. So there's like Rachel Lee, Rachel Jung, Rachel Kim. I know 2 Rachels. There's another Rachel Kim that's a YouTuber I know. I don't think she makes videos nowadays, but yeah. There's her. Let me turn on the dehumidifier. Yes, David, I saw. Thank you. I watched the hell out of it. Thank you so much. Rewatch it. Watch it in loop. Whatever you can do. Yes, and yeah, of course, I need to shout out to Sue House over here, which is the sponsor of this live stream as well as usual. Thank you so much for sponsoring the videos, Sue House. Sue House is the hub of offered opportunities for expats in Korea. Connect, experience, grow at Sue House. It is the best community for foreigners. If you go to SueHouse_official on their Instagram account, you can see so many opportunities for you guys. If you want to be creators, if you want to be influencers, if you want to participate in interesting activities while you're visiting Korea, you can just check out their Instagram account over here. Like look at this. Seeking food creators who slay and slay their skincare too. Eye bomb campaigns, all this kind of stuff. Calling all beauty queens. Yeah. So yeah, check out Sue House. If you go to their landing page over here, it could be your gateway to language and learning. You can download it on App Store and Google Play Store. The only app you need to meet new people in Korea. It's a safe space where you can meet, Korean people, expats, visitors, all that kind of stuff. So there are event infos too. Round Lad, Camellia, Collagen, Ample Beats, Chanel, X Sue House. Wow. Okay, this is happening on June 13th. Okay, to the 17th. Oh, the reservation. Yes. So it's a free ticket event. So go check it out. It's taking place in next to the National Theater of Seoul. Yeah. So go check Sue House out. Yes, and the banner has been running all throughout this live stream over here. Where is it? Let me try to get it. Play. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, never mind. It's gonna pop up over there. So yeah, go show some love to Sue House. Oh my gosh, it's 12, and I'm so hungry right now. Okay. And who can forget Kim Solomon and Park Caesar Augustus? What? Okay. So let's see. Let's go on to the next news, which is we're moving on to societal news over here. Let's see. So this is our current president over here, Lee Jae-myung, and Lee wants 10 SNUs. 10 SNUs. SNU stands for Seoul National University. It is our best university in Korea. Everyone wants to go there. Maybe not, because it's not so fun, because everyone there is like top grade of their class and they're all just crazy into studying. But anyways, why does he want to do this? I'll explain later. But can this solve Korea's education crisis? This seems pretty aggressive, right? This seems pretty, I don't know, like it seems undoable in my opinion. But let's hear his logic at least first. So, can multiplying Seoul National University across the country solve Korea's long-standing issues of extreme academic competition and overpopulation in the capital region? So these are the main 2 reasons why he wants to make 10 Seoul National Universities. So he said he wants to fund 9 existing flagship national universities and make them and elevate their status to the level of SNU. allowing for the discovery of regional talent and enabling students to pursue master's and doctoral degrees within their regions. So, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be effective or not. I know it makes sense. So, like, at the core, one of the biggest reasons a lot of people from the regions come up to Seoul, including myself, is to attend better universities, get a better diploma, which leads to better jobs, which leads to all the jobs that are located in Seoul, right? It's all a chain effect, and it all starts with university. So I think he's on the right track on setting the goal of dispersing the population through educational benefits or perks, making more high grade or high reputable universities in the region. So we have universities in the regions, but people don't really want to go there because in the job market, they have low value. The diplomas from there have low value. The only ones that would stand out are special universities like KAIST or Posttech. That is in, I think, Daejeon, right? Yeah. Or Pohang. No, Posttech is in Pohang. So, like, certain places that specialize in engineering or sciences and all that, people have to go there no matter what because it's the best. But for just liberal, or what do you call them, like just arts or just what do you call them, like 문과, just literature or management, business, all that kind of stuff, history, and the other sides, like even sciences and engineering and all that. Basically, all the good colleges are located in Seoul. So yeah, the overpopulation of Seoul has always been a big problem that jacked up the housing prices, that jacked up the living costs, and everything in Seoul. Like right now, it's so saturated that's becoming the downfall of our society, right? So I think he's on the right track, but is this realistic? I don't know. Like, he's known to be like a bulldozer type of person when he was the mayor of Seongnam City. So he might like make this an initiative and he might actually start on it, but will people actually follow that sentiment? Like, will people actually go to these regional colleges just because the president said, like, oh, like, declare that this university is now a prestigious one, so go there, you'll have the same. Society doesn't work like that, unfortunately, right? I know that in certain European countries, something I've heard about, like France, for instance, they have like a Paris University number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They don't like have different names or whatever, they're just different numbers, and each university campus or whatever has a specific field they like. But that's also in Paris too. But like, I don't know, do you have universities in your own country that is purposefully dispersed into different regions that has the purpose of equalizing like the status or the level of education of what you can get in that university? I don't know what model he's referring to, but okay, I think it is a start because he has limited options, quite honestly. He can't move massive conglomerates to other places. He could give tax benefits, but I don't know if that would be worth like building a new factory and all that kind of stuff, and that's going to take a lot of time too. But universities still exist. They already exist in the regions, and there are national universities, so there is some room on what he could do. Like, he could move around some funds or like definitely make a presidential act or something to give better benefits, bigger benefits to people in the region that attend their regional universities, right? So it might work, it might not. People are skeptical, but I wanna give him some like room to test out his policies, right? Like, I'm not the biggest fan but still, like, I believe in his power to like push through things. So let's see if he gets the job done or not. Like, at least it's better than nothing, right? So let's just pray that it's not a huge dump on tax money that's being used in stupid places. Looking at the comments over here, it says everyone will compete to get into SNU Seoul campus. Nothing would change except more people with SNU degrees and people asking which SNU they came out of. That is actually a very valid point of criticism, because right now we have, I guess it's a different story, but still we have Yonsei University, and Yonsei has its secondary campus in Wonju. That's a city in Gangwon province. That's very far away from Seoul. And yeah, people go there and you still get the Yonsei diploma, but it says Wonju campus next to, in parentheses, on the diploma itself. Korea University has the Annam campus, which is the Seoul version, but they have another one in, I think, Sejong City or somewhere else. I forgot. But yeah, it doesn't really help because they're still kind of discriminated or like, leveled as less worthy than like the main Seoul campus. So yeah, as this person is pointing out, I don't know if it's going to be that effective or not, right? So we'll have to see. This person is just munching on some popcorn. That's exactly me. They need to offer different programs at different locations, otherwise everyone will just go to Seoul. Yeah, see, people are pretty skeptical on this. To truly address academic overconcentration and urban overpopulation in Seoul, the government must elevate the societal value of non-university career paths and reduce Seoul-centric corporate clustering. Yeah. So that's another kind of thing. But this guy, at least, this president, at least, he made a presidential, an act already to move the Ministry of Oceanic, whatever, like the ministry who takes care of the maritime, whatever, that, to Busan already. So he has a strong initiative and strong willpower. And that's a start, right? He's trying to spread out the government organizations, at least, to other cities. So we'll see. Yeah, whether this is a good idea or not, like, let me know. Yeah. Let's see. The competition for 3 jobs will increase. 3 jobs. Okay. I think they need a new City Seoul 2.0, not more colleges. Yeah. That's what I've been saying. Like, let's start developing. Let's start going all in on Busan. Then we'll have like a vertical line of like Seoul and Busan. People can choose between the two, and then slowly, the radius is going to expand throughout to the other cities surrounding it, like Seoul, and then it's Gyeonggi province. It has the satellite cities, like other cities like Suwon that are adjacent. There's Incheon, there's Hanam, there's Yongin and Pangyo, all those different techno cities and valleys with their own industries. Like the Seoul 2.0, as you said, like let's make a Busan 2.0, and then we can make the adjacent cities great, and then it could start connecting and narrowing the gap following the Gyeongbu, the national highway. Yeah, but this would also face criticism because in the old days in Korean history, during the military regime and the dictatorships, the presidents developed certain regions in an imbalanced way, so the Chola province relatively didn't get to improve. So they're kind of like lacking in infrastructure, and there are not a lot of perks to live there. The highway was set and established slower, and the high-speed train only expanded just recently in that region and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's going to be some administrative backlash on that, But still, we gotta start somewhere, right? And I feel like the perfect place to start is like, if it's going to be America, it's like a totally different story. But let's imagine there's a miniature America, right? The United States. Then I guess, like, if we were to argue, like, if New York is a Seoul, then and LA, let's say, is like a little bit underdeveloped than New York, then it makes sense to make like LA bigger and then connect it horizontally. Okay, like America doesn't apply because it's just so huge, but I could only think of like those two great cities right now. So yeah. Yeah. You need both the access to school, affordable housing, and viable job market for other cities and the people to be able to thrive. Yeah, the holy trinity, right? So the affordable housing is there. Like, there's a massive supply of housing anywhere you go. Like, there's a lot of apartments and they're very cheap. And the reason people aren't buying those apartments and living in them is because of the job market, or there's just no merit, there's no perks in living in that region. You get ostracized from the mainstream of society, right? Not everyone is meant for university. I mean, we need people in the service industry, and there's no shame in going to a community college for certificate programs. If only society thought like that, right? I mean, Korea is on another level of intense competition, and everything is about like university degrees and diplomas and all that. So it's sad, but it's the sad truth. Like, we have a lot of people, but less jobs, less quality jobs. So everyone wants to go into that funnel, that little hole of jobs. And for the HR and the interviewers or whoever who's in the recruitment team, the first way of just filtering out people is by university degrees, right? And which university they attended, and the GPAs. So they're not going to go through thousands and tens and thousands of applications, going through every single person's personality and their own story and all that. So of course they're going to have like a quantitative or statistical approach in the beginning. So yeah, it's harsh, but that's the harsh reality. Yeah, I feel like SK is like a one trick pony, because Seoul seems to be the only place where you can make it. That's true. Unfortunately, that's true. Of course, David would give no love to South Carolina. I don't blame you. We are ranked super low for education. I mean, I don't have anything personal against South Carolina. I just don't know much about it, and I feel like that would be, applicable to a lot of other people too. Like, I don't know a lot about other states as well. I don't know about Missouri. Is that even a state? Or Arkansas? Or whatever. So yeah. Anyways, okay, to the next news. We have some happy news. So Bain and Hong Seok-cheon came together for the first time in an interview with the Korea Times. A meaningful exchange marked by pride, shared history, and quiet celebration ahead of this Saturday's Seoul Queer Culture Festival. So the Queer Culture Festival already is done, but this is Pride Month, right? So Bain and Hong Seok-cheon, they are the gay mascots, the representatives of Korea. Now, Hong Seok-cheon has been out there for a long time. He came out like in the early 2000s, I think. And Bain only just recently came out on stage in a performance in the US or Europe, wherever. But yeah, he got some spotlight for that, and now they're promoting Pride Month and the Queer Culture Festival together. It's just wholesome to see them together. And the Seoul Queer Culture Festival sees record turnout with enhanced solidarity. So over 1,700 170,000 people took to the hot asphalt roads in downtown Seoul last Saturday to participate in the Seoul Queer Culture Festival, with sexual minorities celebrating their existence and allies showing support for them. Despite the scorching heat and opposing rallies by conservative Christian groups, as always, the 26th edition of the annual event had record high turnout, according to the organizers, compared to its inaugural event in 2000, when only about 50 people attended. Wow. From 50 people to 170,000 people. That is a massive growth. We are loud and proud. Yeah, so this is remarkable too, because like, as you know, like, Korea is still very closed in. It's very conservative. There's a lot of homophobia here. Not a lot of people are accepting towards them. I think the general consensus is like this. Like, okay, of course the older generation, they're not going to be very warm towards the sexual minorities, because yeah, they have their own thoughts. They have their own, I don't know, biological studies they refer to. They have their own reasons for, like, I don't want my tax money going to AIDS, HIV patients and all that, and like them always quoting that all the HIV cases come from like weird parties in Itaewon and blah 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 blah. So they'll always say that, and they say, like, you know, the parades have weird people dressed half semi-nude with dildos on and blah blah blah. So that's the usual narrative, and it's going to be very hard to change their minds. But the younger generation, as I said, as we see the population of the attendees are increasing in number, and I think the younger generation is becoming more open-minded towards sexual minorities and LGBTQ+. But still, there is a little bit of homophobia even among them. But I would say the consensus is like this. It's like, yeah, they're not doing anything to me. Like, they can love whoever they want. But like, the conservative side always says, unless you don't enforce it to my son or my daughter or to my children, unless you don't, like, you know, shove it down the throat of children in like schools, or like be notoriously like over the top and like, you know, dancing nude costumes and all that. You know, do whatever you want. Like, we support you. Like, you know, you guys are equal human beings too. Like, you guys have sexual preferences, so what? But like, you know, I think there's still a division even among the younger audience that are just fully accepting towards them, and the other side is just like, we're okay with whatever you like, whatever you do, but just don't, like, you know, just enforce it upon me. I don't know if that's the right word, but there is that kind of sentiment. You get what I'm saying, right? It's nothing to be enforced, but you know, like, they just don't like it being in like textbooks and you know, it being in curriculums and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And just like advocating kids proactively to participate in these parades, blah 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 blah. So that's the kind of sentiment. Wait, is this live? Of course this is live. Welcome, Chammer. Do you guys have health departments that track the STD cases, HIV cases included? Yes. So everyone who gets who gets the HIV gets government support, and the government tracks the patients, and they are given free healthcare and the free medicine and all that, and that's like a big salty thing from like a public standpoint. They're like, oh, blah blah blah. I don't even want to get into it, but yeah. So they don't want it normalized. They want it don't ask, don't tell. I think, yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they want it, I think it's between that. They're okay with it being normalized, but it's just like, as long as you don't, like, you know, be over the top about it, if that's right. I don't know how to express it, but that's a sentiment I get. It's like, do whatever you want. It's a free country. Like, you have the right, you're born that way, or you have your own sexual preference. It's not hurting anybody, right? So like who am I to tell you what to do? That's one side. But then it's like, but don't approach my kid and say that you need to be queer, or being queer is better or more happy, or you can be like a woman too, and something like that, stuff like that. Like, I think that's what they're saying. Yeah. Yeah. Old people ride the subway for free. I don't know what context that's coming from. Nah, bro, Koreans don't want to normalize, especially the right-wing party, which is very conservative, and mass majority of the right wing is older people. And as I said before, to the older generation, this is a no-no. It's a no-no. I'm only saying this confined to the younger generation. Yeah. It's like, be yourself but not in public. That's a good way to put it too, because the Seoul mayor granted like permission for the queer culture parade and the festivals in Seoul, like publicly, but he did not grant permission to do it in the Seoul City Hall and Plaza area, because I think the logic behind the backing behind from the public is that the Seoul City Plaza has a library, and it's a resting area for a lot of families, and it's a massively public area where people just come out for family picnics. They read books together with their kids and blah 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 blah. So rather than doing it in a highly public space, you can still do it in public, but you can go to another district and do it. So we'll give you a whole road over here, so just do it over there. So there's still a lot of controversy about, like, why are you restricting where we can do protest and whatnot. But I don't know. You be the judge about that. What if two guys were kissing in public? Is that considered over the top? People will as I told you, like, there are generations that still don't like it. They would frown upon it, of course. There are younger generations that are very open about it, and they don't care about it. But then it would be they wouldn't be used to that scene, so they would be like, look at that, two guys are kissing. They would be something like that, but I don't know if they would like criticize it or anything. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different streams of thoughts about the activism and the way to protest, even among the queer community. And I can't really speak on behalf of every single stream of thought there, but like, at least my best friend who moved to Vancouver right now, he didn't like certain activism from the LGBTQ plus community, because he thought he was painting it in a misrepresented light. Like, he wanted to show that his stream of thought was like, he wanted to show and prove society that I am a proper functioning member that is reasonable and rational and fit into societal norms, and the only thing different is my sexual preference. So I'm a same equal human being that is no different from you guys. You guys all have your own sexual preferences too, but I fit into the box, and I can conform, and I can be a decent citizen as well. And then every time there was like a queer parade back then, and people dress up as like, I don't know, weird things, and they have like over the top makeup and like sexual kind of costumes, he really didn't like all of the queer spectrums and like the people in the community being painted in that way, because it kind of reinforced the negative stigma towards him. So he got affected by that indirectly, and people would generalize. I guess it's the fault of the people generalizing, but the result is that anyway. So he couldn't really stand that. And I guess he just moved because, like, same-sex marriage is still technically not approved by the government. There are some rulings that, that authorize the status of marriage and let them get like, perks or, all that kind of stuff as a married couple, but like the actual law doesn't still grant you like a certificate or anything. You'd have to go through like trials and stuff to win that. So he moved over to Canada to get his rights. So yeah, he's happy over there. Anyways, yeah, no country should be doing what we in the US are doing. It's also tiring, so from both sides. Nowadays, if I look at the global news and the US politics and everything over there, it seems so polarized, even more than Korea, I would say. I think Korea is going that route, but the US right now seems like it's so divided in everything, like political minds, like just like any kind of issue. So yeah. I hope you guys get through it, like compromise or find a middle ground. David, can you talk to Anna, because I haven't seen her? She's okay. Tell her I said hi. Okay, yeah, I'll say hi. I think she's doing fine. She's been uploading a lot of short form videos. Yeah. Okay, let's go on to the next news. Say kimchi, how photo booths have filled Korean streets. If you've been to Korea, you've probably noticed all of these unmanned automatic photo booths all over the place. And it all started with 𝒃컷 인생, that means 4-cut life, like put your life in 4 cuts. That's the biggest franchise brand here for these photo booths. But then all different kind of competitors and different brands with different concepts started popping up. And yeah, it's very fun. You can just use these dolls and like these accessories to decorate yourselves and going to the photo booths, and it's usually like $3 to take a picture with your friends and people. You just, it's a good memory when you're just hanging out with your friends, and you just go in and just take a picture, take a snap of yourself, and you can take it and put it on, hang it on your wall. So it's a good, it's a very cute activity to do. And even for couples, it's really nice. Even for visitors, they're like commemorating their visit to like Hongdae or wherever, Gangnam. So you can see ton of these in like these busy districts. But the downside of it is the I guess there's a lot of demand, so that's why these are popping up here and there. But the other side, that is the dark side of this phenomenon of these photo booths, is that people are making more of these photo booths because they don't require any employees or people. So at the core of it, these are small businesses, but they're not creating any jobs. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but the society is just going into that flow. Like, people cannot make businesses because the cost of hiring a person is just too high. And also, like, ingredients, buying materials, a burnout from overworking hours and all that kind of stuff. And those things are compiling, and these small businesses are just having a very hard time in maintaining their businesses. So in the case of these unmanned photo booths, all you have to do is invest in some machinery, like some photo machines, just replace the photo cartridges, and that's about it. So yeah, it just goes on by itself. It's self-maintained. You just have to go drop by every single day and maybe, just clean up the place, and that will be it. So yeah, while this is a fun activity, it's a little bit alarming if you see, if you are in Korea and you go to the busy districts and you see all the main spots of all the busy districts being these unmanned photo booths. You get to think about like where the economy is headed. Like, this is definitely not a good direction. And now on top of that, with the advent and widespread use of AI, I think this is going to accelerate. This trend is going to accelerate in all sorts of terms. We already have unmanned convenience stores because people don't want to pay for the employees. In Korea, you just go to a convenience store, you just tap your credit card, and then the locked door opens, and whatever you buy inside the credit card you tapped already, like, it just goes on your bill over there, so you can't steal or anything. There's CCTVs all over the place inside, so that's how the unmanned convenience stores work. More and more places are using kiosks. More and more places are using robot waitresses. More and more movie theaters are becoming unmanned as well too. So everything's going to non-human directions, and with AI it's going to accelerate. And yeah, even in the creative field, it's like a big red alert. So there was a very interesting report. I think I've told you this in a live stream before, but there was a recent interesting report saying that Korea might actually be the optimized demographic for the future. So there are a lot of regions. In general, the universal population is declining, even in like places with high birth rates. Usually, Africa is the highest, and then there's the Middle East, and there's India, and there's Southeast Asian nations that have the highest birth rate. But even there, the birth rate is declining. China is like declining in like a cliff type of graph. But still, they have like a surplus. They have an influx of new labor and all that. So the traditional economic point of view was that these emerging countries and continents were to thrive because of their new and cheap labor cost. However, new analysts and scholars are coming out with new perspectives saying that human beings are going to be replaced with AI anyways, and machines anyways. There are already like robots working in Amazon factories and, you know, these global shipping companies and all that, right? Like all these fast food chains are adopting kiosk and robot waiters. So like human beings are going to be replaced anyways, and we can't compete against machines because they work 24 hours. They work on electricity only. They don't complain. They don't create lawsuits for you. They don't go to the HR department. They're not a nuisance or anything. So people prefer robots, and the business owners, unless there's a law, they're going to use the AI and the robots, right? And it's already going in that direction. So there are going to be literally, this very sad term, leftover humans that do not have a job, do not have a source of income because they've been replaced by machines. So, yeah, like basically some academic papers and articles have stated that Korea right now might be in the best place to adapt to the AI and machine society that's coming soon, because we'll have super high productivity because everyone's going to be using AI, but, you know, society's not going to be in that much trouble because, you know, we don't have to actually use human beings. So it's an irony. It's a sad thing. But as the trend is changing, there are probably going to be regulations in other countries with massive populations saying, like, you cannot use AI or machines. You have to have a quota of, like, hiring humans to some extent in your company. I'm pretty sure that's going to be made into a bill in some certain countries, but every country is for itself, right? So if Korea is totally free on AI and using machines, because we don't really have that many human beings in the first place, the productivity and the growth of whatever, like sciences or technology in Korea is going to like excel like that. Like it's going to have that V curve, that curve that just goes exponentially on. So that was a very interesting perspective. But anyways, yeah, from photo booths to AI robots, it's alerting, it's alarming, but we'll have to see what happens in the future. Yes, hello, Cal. An unmanned movie theater is just staying at home. I need to buy my popcorn from a friendly human. So a robot gives you the popcorn, huh? No, it's just self. Everything's self. Yeah. If I go to CGV Yongsan, which is the biggest theater I think it's the biggest theater in Yongsan, in Seoul. It's right next to my place. It's like 5 minutes away. When I go at 2 a.m. by myself, it's totally unmanned. Like, you just do everything by yourself. You get the parking certificate by your parking itself. You get your ticket via QR code. You get your popcorn and soda. Like soda, you have vending machines. They have CCTVs all over the place. And you can't get like access to the cups unless you pay through the kiosk and all that. So everything's unmanned. And like you just go in to the movie theaters unchecked. Like, I guess the movie theaters have just given up on checking the tickets because they realize that it's more of a cost to hire people at 2 a.m. in the morning to check tickets than the amount of people that are actually going to come, that are going to go that much lengths to risk it all and like not pay and go in, right? So they have CCTVs anyway, so they could just report it to the police, and we have face scan, facial recognition, and they could just put a fine on the people that are watching movies for free. So yeah, everything is going that way. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I feel like the unaliving rates will skyrocket when tons of robots takes our job. Exactly. Yeah, and a lot of people say like the society is going to get very old in the near future in Japan and Korea. We're rapidly growing old, but now people are all suddenly optimistic because saying like, oh, you know what? AI and robots, like healthcare robots, are going to take care of us. Yeah. Not a conspiracy theorist, but can see the connection with reducing population rates and AI growth worldwide. Yeah, that might be an angle, but still, I think, you know, the decrease of population, as it's universal even in the underdeveloped countries and the developing countries, it means that there are a lot of angles to decipher that, but like at least in Korea, the developed countries and all that, people are seeking more options and alternatives in their lives. They are not dedicated in having a bloodline, and they do not want to dedicate their lives on like raising a child, which is a hassle, and especially in this economy. They do not want to get bigger houses because they can't afford it. So they're like, okay, I'm just gonna maintain the status of living I have right now with my income and just live a happy life by myself. And I could meet people that are also single like me, and we don't have to get married. We don't have to get kids. It's less work anyways. I can use that money to go traveling and, you know, go buy new clothes or just eat better food. So people are making more choices like that. And I feel like that's leading to the downfall of the population. Yeah. Who makes the popcorn? The popcorn is usually ready-made to some extent. Yeah, there's usually one guy at the snack bar at least. Yeah. It's not fully autonomous. Is the biggest CGV the one in iPark Mall? Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. CGV Yongsan. Yes. Those healthcare robots ain't gonna be free, but I kind of wonder if they would be created someday, and how would that look? Yeah, of course they're gonna be created. You know, if you go to all these silver towns and healthcare houses for housing for the elderly people, where they all gather together and live, there are nurses there, there are caretakers there are healthcare workers there, and those people are going to get replaced by robots too. A robot's going to be you know, systemized to bring the meds every single day without you know, without delay, and they'll go through each room with, you know, a tray and water and medicine pills, and like, here's your daily medicine. And then they're going to go to that person and do a massage for it. There are going to be massage chairs. There are going to be robots that are replacing the linens, the beds, and like doing the washing machines and all that, laundry. So yeah. And what happens to society? How do people earn money to live? Exactly. That's why it's becoming a huge problem. And that's why I feel like some of the developed countries that are already utilizing AI a lot are going to start regulating and make laws to prohibit the excessive use of AI in corporate settings, right? So yeah, I think this is a huge new paradigm shift that is coming. But ironically enough, Korea has already adapted to that. So I don't know. Yeah. Every single industry is going to be overtaken by AI. My doctor friend already dreads it. Like, there is a higher accuracy rate of identifying a disease and a cure and a treatment from an AI doctor than a human doctor already for like small diseases, for minor diseases. And it's already being used in the field, but right now the cost of using the AI doctor is just too high, so it's not being commercialized that much. But the technology is already out there. The doctor can do a full body scan, and you can just say it like ChatGPT. I'm already using ChatGPT to diagnose myself. Like, I have a fever right now, I'm feeling like this, like my symptoms are like that, what should I do? And then ChatGPT gives me like certain recommendations of like medicine and all that, and the AI doctor just immediately puts that order into like a pharmacy, and the pharmacy robot drone takes it and delivers it to your house. So that's what happened. I think Amazon or Walmart is already using drones for delivery, right? So yeah, everything's becoming machine. Yeah. If AI gets far enough, it's probably going to be a universal basic income. Be paid just to be alive. Yeah. Or maybe human beings are just going to be replaced. Yeah. I just imagine hundreds of robots running around a hospital delivering stuff. I feel like I would be kind of creeped out just a bit because I'm so used to human interaction in hospitals. Yeah. That's definitely going to be the future. Unless humans go through, like we learned in history during the Industrial Revolution, when the new, like the factories were booming and the productivity went up super high, but like the original workers, they all lost their jobs. There was an anti-movement called the Luddite movement, if I'm right, to destroy the machines and all that. I think that might happen. A 21st century Luddite movement could happen with the AI very soon. Either it's like in regulatory stances, legal manners, or actual like chaos. Like, people might actually set fire on those AI factories and all that and destroy them. Yeah. So let's see, but yeah, we're heading very fast towards that area. And speaking of AI, I have some news over here. So it's actually a race right now. It's a huge competition among the nations who utilizes who just who can tap into that infinite possibility of AI. So it's a race between, I think, China and the US right now. They're the two top dogs. China's technology is actually pretty high. The level is pretty high, and with DeepSeek and all that. And if you see their machinery and their vehicles already, they already have their native local AI systems running. Of course, the US is the well-known runner in the AI sector with OpenAI and like NVIDIA partnering, and them making like the Stargate alliance with Trump backing it with SoftBank and all that kind of stuff, and Elon trying to make his own Grok and all that kind of stuff, right? But then Korea is behind on that, and Korea always has FOMO. I don't know why, but Koreans always think they need to be number one. We're a freaking small country. Like, how do you expect us to be number one in all kinds of fields? We're always like, oh, we need to be number one in like electronics, cars, and everything, and academics and economy. We need to go. We're already GDP, like I think our GDP is already at like ranked seventh in the world. But isn't that enough? I don't know. Like, I think Koreans don't know when is enough. Like, I think we're already in a really great spot, but we're always feeling FOMO. Like, oh, we're falling behind. You know, everyone's entering the AI industry, when it's only like basically the US and China doing it. But we're like, we need to be one of the running like top dogs in this agency in this industry. So a lot of politicians, I guess it's a right approach though, because like if a country like us wants to boost our economy even further and take it to the next level, we do have to focus on technology. We don't have any natural resources like Saudi or Norway, right? So like I guess it is a reasonable choice, but I feel like the sentiment behind it is like, it's just too pessimistic. People are like, oh, Korea's gonna end if we don't find our future future industry, future gold mine. Like, we always use that example of Samsung Igoni transitioning from the conventional business to the semiconductors, and that's how Samsung boosted our economy, which is a fact. And Samsung is toppling down right now because there's no innovation. They should go into AI and become a better company than OpenAI, when we need to be competitors too. We need to be in robotics too. Like, Tesla is doing robotics, Boston Dynamics is doing robotics. I think that's why Hyundai acquired Boston Dynamics, if I'm not wrong. So like we're always feeling that fear of missing out. So what's happening right now is that we have national consensus. The people of Korea right now is very much into AI, and they have national consensus that Korea, to survive as a small country and a technology based, human resource based, oh that's very ironic, country, needs to develop AI even further, and we're falling back behind. So the new president made an AI sector in his cabinet. He made an AI an official AI sector in the government. And what he's saying is he appointed the first AI chief, and this AI chief says 100 trillion won isn't enough. They're going to be giving out free AI vouchers to all the citizens of Korea. So they're going to be giving $20 to everyone of Korea for them to have access to ChatGPT or whatever AI, so that the people can get used to AI and they can utilize it, and they can seamlessly use it in their daily lives to boost their productivities or connect it to their businesses or whatever. But that's the general direction right now. So yeah, as I told you, the Lee Jae-myung government created a new position called AI chief, with the goal of entering the top 3 AI powerhouses. And this new guy, Ha Jung-woo, who is a developer background, comes from Naver, our Korean portal website. It's like the Korean Google. He joined Naver and jumped into AI research, and in 8 years he created the generative AI model Hyperclova X that nobody actually uses. So 10 trillion won is a lot of money. And one of Lee Jae-myung's missions is to actually use that amount of money to boost the AI industry in Korea. But like, as you can see in the comments, everyone is super supported, like fighting. Still, it is in the early stages of AI industry expansion, so we must definitely get on top here. I'm telling you, like, everyone in the country is rooting for like this guy. And ironically, as I told you before, this might be the downfall of the country itself if we get replaced by AI, right? So it's very ironic. With so many talented people, okay, this is about the impeached president. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Okay. Is anyone working on cleaning the oceans or cleaning the air or providing untainted soil for food? I don't think so. That's not our priority. Yeah. It's getting very close to a cyberpunk dystopian society over here, I think. Yeah. Oh, exactly. As Rachel said, why does this feel like a dystopian movie? Koreans want to be number one. Exactly. I don't know why we're competing against OpenAI right now. It's good to be competing against OpenAI and like tapping into this new $1 trillion industry. It definitely, AI is going to be the number one industry in the world. It already is. That's why Nvidia is number one right now. We need that GPU, but we don't always have to be number one in it, right? Like, I would rather, if I were the government right now, David for president, but if I were the government, okay, we can invest in making our own generative AI model, but there are already like top runners out there like OpenAI that has like a massive base. Like, it's like suddenly the Korean government coming out saying like, we're gonna make our own YouTube and compete against it. I don't think that's the right direction to go, honestly. That's my personal opinion. I think as Korea as a smaller country and a smaller economy and all that, I think we should, if there's a working platform like YouTube or OpenAI, we should make like third-party apps or like, attachables or like niched services or other kind of things we can attach and hop onto that trend and just specialize into some kind of sector and just put our roots into that so we become number one in that. And I think that would be enough. But apparently, I don't know if this is the right direction. I guess this guy is more of an expert than I am, so hopefully he is a visionary and he knows what he's doing, and that 100 trillion won is not wasted as our tax money. But hopefully, let's see. Yeah, let's see what happens. They still haven't made robots that can play an instrument or croquet. Really? Okay. Yeah. So that's an interesting debate. But speaking of digital, here's another news. Let's ease down a little bit on the dystopian view. So the next news is digital gifting was convenient until it started to feel like a new social obligation. I relate to this so much. So, 23-year-old Kim begins her day the way many young Koreans do, by checking her phone. As she scrolls through unread messages on the messenger app, KakaoTalk, a small gift icon appears next to an old classmate's profile. It's his birthday and Kim hesitates. They haven't spoken in over a year, but she remembers he sent her a delivery food coupon last fall on her birthday. After a moment of deliberation, she returns the gesture with a Starbucks gift coupon of the equal value. So, this is actually a very valid concern, and it's very uncomfortable for me. Even if I go onto my KakaoTalk right now, okay, their real name, so I won't show you. But if I go into KakaoTalk right now, there are, okay, these people I don't even know who they are, so I'll just show you over here. There is this tab that shows people whose birthdays there are. So these four people are having a birthday. It's their birthday today, and they have this gift function over here. And this little nudge gives you the pressure. If it's a close friend and it's their birthday, and everyone knows that everyone uses KakaoTalk and everyone is going to see that screen. That means if you don't send over a gift, that means you're deliberately ignoring that person's birthday, right? And there's this, once someone starts sending a birthday gift on someone's birthday, for instance, let's say Danny sent me, we actually have never exchanged birthday gifts. I like it that way, but let's say Danny sent me a birthday gift through KakaoTalk. The digital vouchers are a really popular way of sending birthday gifts because they're just like digital and you can use it to your own convenience. Like, usually I just send Starbucks coupons. Again, Starbucks, but like, it's the most widely used commodity here. Like, there's Starbucks everywhere. That's why people just go with Starbucks coupons. So usually it's a Starbucks coupon or a chicken BBQ coupon or something like that. It's the equivalent of like maybe $10 or $20, and it's a voucher, right? So yeah, like if one person sends it, the next birthday, like if you've received it, you feel an obligation to return it, right? But then that stacks up and that becomes a cycle, and you keep on doing that to each other over and over again, and then it loses its meaning at some point, and now it somehow becomes an obligation. And sometimes you're like not in a good economic like financial status, right? Like state. So you're like, oh, I need to really save some money. I don't, but then like that person sent me it last time too, so should I return the favor? So you never know when it's going to end, and it becomes a new social obligation. And this culture is really, really prevalent in Korea right now, and it actually pressures me. So for me, I've just entirely stopped giving out gifts. Like, someone has to cut the cycle, right? So like sometimes I feel bad when it's only one-sided and that person just only gives me presents, but like I've just stopped giving out presents and gifts unless it's like a very, very close person, like my family or like my close business partner or my best friend or something like that. But for guys, at least the dudes in the group chat, my homies, I don't know if it's like macho culture or something, but we feel like it's weird to give birthday gifts to each other, so we didn't start in the first place. So right now I've weeded out that group of people that I know I used to send gifts just because out of like social pressure, like, oh, I want to be seen as like a decent human being. Yeah, so can you put no gifts please on your status? You can. Not on your status. There's no built-in function for that, but you could put it on like your status message. But I have never seen, like, who wants, if you get a gift, it's good. I guess, right? I guess like you don't want to return the favor, and if you want to break the cycle, you can say that. But then at the same time, people would be like, oh, if I receive some Starbucks coupons, it would be good, right? It's weird. There seems to be so much pressure on so many things. I totally pay no attention to stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I have to admit, it is pretty weird. Okay, so wow, it's been an hour and 50 minutes. We're heading towards that 2-hour mark. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do so. Do me a favor before we end the live stream in a bit. So this is going to be our last news piece for today. Not very important, but I thought it was notable. So Bulldog rages on. Samyang fires up the U.S. push with new export plant. So they actually made a new plant, a new factory over there in the U.S. just for the Bulldog, the fire noodles. Yeah, through the glass panel corridors of a pristine state-of-the-art facility, rows of conveyor belts, again machines, carry neat rectangles of wavy ramen, still glistening from a 60-second plunge into boiling vegetable oil. This deep frying marks the midpoint in the noodle making process. Each unit will soon be paired with its sauce packet, then sealed and sent through a final round of quality control. So it's a next generation smart plant. We have these smart factories coming up a lot. Coupang is using these smart factories or smart logistics hub where all the robots do all the packaging, all the deliveries, blah, 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 blah. But the point of this news is that I told you from my trip in Europe, when I went to the local supermarkets and grocery stores, even the Asian food markets, I couldn't find actual ramen. Like, actual ramen means the Korean Shinramen, Jinramen, Samyang ramen. Like, it's the noodle-based, the soup-based ramen. I could only find the fire noodles and their variables over there. And I was so shook because I wanted some hot soup ramen. If you go to big ones in the US, I'm pretty sure you could find. But the majority of the shelf was all just dominated by Bulldog. So that's how crazy popular that is. I don't know how it became so popular. Do you eat these on a regular basis? I thought that a lot of people can't handle that much level of spiciness. But apparently it seems to be super popular. I did see Cardi B do a challenge for it. I did see a lot of influencers and TikTokers do a challenge, but a challenge is a challenge, right? I thought the hype would slowly go down after the challenge ended, but apparently a lot of people thought it was yummy and good, so they kept on buying it, and the sales are skyrocketing now to the extent that Bulldog is actually making a new export plant. That is crazy. Yeah. Are they really selling that well? It might just be a temporary trend. That's what I thought. But it's been going on forever, and the Samyang stocks are crazy. Like, the company that makes that, it's a Samyang식품. If you look at the stocks over here, look at that graph. That is crazy. It's gone up 1,561% in 2 years. In 3 years. That's 15x. 15x. And that's because of the global expansion and sales of Bulldog. And this is not pure speculation. Like, there's a limit to speculation, and that's backed by its actual sales. So, like, I actually felt that when I was in Europe. I saw the grocery stores. I was like, wow, it's all just Samyang Bulldog now. I need to buy some now. We like spicy food too. Okay, that's great. Well, like, buy a lot of it because it's good for our economy, please. Americans love them. Okay, Bulldog is so popular in the U.S. I literally never eat Bulldog, said Caroline. Spicy food is actually now I want some Bulldog for lunch now. I want some spicy noodles. Bulldog is it's too spicy. So they're making variables. What do you call it? Not variables. Variants. What is that? They're diversifying the I can't find the word of Bulldog right now for like people who aren't good at too spicy stuff. So there's like carbonara Bulldog, there's like cheese Bulldog, there's tteokbokki Bulldog, and there's also, I don't know, like all types of Bulldog out there, and those aren't spicy. There's rosé Bulldog, so you can try those ones out. Variants, I think. Yeah, that's the word. I know Shinramen sells well. I see them variety. Yes, I see them in more grocery stores than Bulldog. Well, I wish it stays that way because, like, if there's only Bulldog, there's no diversity, right? Yeah, they're making a variety of Bulldog. Yes, so I'm happy for the company, and I'm happy that a Korean product has now penetrated the mainstream, and it's now becoming like a very well known type of food. We need more of these kind of companies, like the Warren Buffett type of companies, rather than like the Samsungs and the Hyundais, the high-tech companies where, you know, everyday people can just consume it on a daily basis, and Korean culture can spread in that way and permeate slowly into society. I like those kind of products, like food or, you know, clothes or basic needs. But yeah, that's just very shocking to me. Well, way to go, Bulldog. But yeah, anyways, I will now end the live stream because it's already been 2 hours and I'm getting very, very hungry. So if you want to support me with a lunch fund, now is your time. There is a pinned comment over there. If you press on it, it directs you to the PayPal. So if you want to support my lunch, you can donate over there. If you want to support the channel and get access to more exclusive content and early access to the podcast, please check out Patreon at patreon.com/koreanpizzaclub. I will upload the K-pop reaction for June and the past ones as well that I missed during my trip. So please check it out. And I've also adjusted the live stream frequency, the ad frequency, so the playbacks are going to be a little less heavier, a little lighter on the advertisements. So let me know. But then you'll need to compensate for that. You'll need to reward me for that. So at least go to my recent podcast episode. Please watch it. Please like the video. Please share it. Apparently sharing it helps a lot. And play it over and over again. Don't skip the ads. That's helping me continue this channel. And now I'm going to go get lunch. You sent me a PayPal? Really? Okay, let me go check. Oh, it was in disturbance mode, so I didn't see. Lynn, thank you for the pizza. Pizza. Yes, you literally sent a pizza. And Tammy, thank you for the 15. For being you, enjoy another head-sized pizza. Actually, you know what? I should get pizza. I'm debating between fire noodles and pizza right now. Yeah. Thank you so much for the support. And I will now go get lunch. So see you next time on the weekend. I'll try to put out content in the middle. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this live. Before you go, please leave a comment, your thoughts on some of the topics if you want to debate. And bye-bye. Bye, Brenda. Bye, Kitty Carla. Bye, Tammy. Bye.